Just a quick little thing. Sorry for the lack of content recently. Money's just been a little tight, and of course, building cars is a little bit on the expensive side. And now the holidays are coming around. Thanksgiving already came and went. And got Christmas right around the corner, and the New Year's. So, content's kind of slowing down a little bit. And I've recently had something happen in my family that's kind of tying things up as well. I'm not going to get into any specifics right now, but yeah, it's kind of giving you guys a little highlight of what's going on, what I plan on doing with the wagon and the truck. Hopefully the next major video coming out will be a tune-up video for the wagon. Kind of making this thing run a little bit better. I popped the hood. That way y'all can see what's got, especially in a better light. Yeah, it's just a little 305, but I haven't done the tune-up on this car since I bought it, which was almost a month ago. It does seem to run pretty well, but it does seem a little sluggish, and I don't know the service history on this car. So if I do a good tune-up on it, I'll pretty much start from square one. This alternator belt I know needs to be replaced right here because it squeaks pretty badly, and I still got some sour gas in the car. You can see the fuel filter's not looking too healthy. I might do the transmission service on it as well. At least drop the pan, change the filter, put new fluid in it. Transmission fluid is still nice and pink, so I'm not worried about changing the fluid and having it messing anything up. So, like I said, I started off on base one, from square one. I got to fix the catalytic converter on it as well, because I think the substrate in it is broken. Like someone might have. There's an exhaust clamp right in front of the catalytic converter, so I wonder if someone's tried hollowing it out and leaving some of the substrate in there, and it just like disintegrated over time. So I'm going to have to repair that, or at least chop it off, get rid of the stock catalytic converter for now. I'll just put a piece of pipe in there for a little bit, just keep this thing running. But I more than likely will put at least a high flow in there, because you never know if I'm ever going to move to a place that has emissions. Right now I'm in Florida, so that's not really much of an issue, but you never know. Even then, I think this car is old enough in most places where it's emissions exempt. But and even then, what I plan to do with this motor will probably will mess the emission stuff up anyway. How many times I want to say anyway? But yeah, I'm gonna do a little startup video for y'all. Where did I put my key? Okay. At least let y'all hear the startup. I'll also do a startup clip for the truck too. Let me make sure this radio starts off. It's not. Now, this car is carbureted, so you have to pump the gas a couple times. I do about 8 cylinders, so 8 pumps, but about. To me, it seems like it's best between 4 to 8 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just... There it is. What I really like about this dash, right? It's got this little economy gauge, which is really just a vacuum gauge. As when I hit the gas, it moves back and forth. Now, if I put a bigger cam in this engine or a different engine, that's not going to be really accurate, because a bigger cam, I think with the bigger cam will probably about down about halfway. I need to get a new temperature sensor. I need a new oil sending sensor. I know there's oil pressure, but I don't have, you know, the sensor must be broke or it's not plugged in or something like that. But I plan on over on the side right here, the A-pillar, I want to put a tach, a wideband, and an oil pressure gauge. That way I can monitor all that, because I don't have a tach. I just have a dummy light for the oil pressure, which you know, it's obviously not working there, because this is supposed to be like a. It's not sounding good. That's what I say. I need to do a tune-up on this thing. But anyway, it's got this check engine light, because this doesn't have their original carburetor, which had a bunch of sensors in it. So it's got a 600 CFM Edelbrock on it. So there's that. Yeah, hopefully this thing would turn off. Okay, good. I think the timing's off, or the bad fuel, and I think there might be a bunch of carbon buildup inside the engine, because sometimes when I turn the key off, the engine still wants to run. They'll like kind of sit there and stumble for a little bit, then it just spit gas out of the carburetor, which is kind of scary. Oh yeah. This car actually runs remarkably. Even though the little things I just said, car runs very well. I mean, I literally only have minor issues with it. Like I said, the belt squeaks. I know it's got bad gas in it, so still, I'm trying to run the whole tank dry and do a seafoam treatment or something like that to it to kind of get that old fuel out. It's obviously good enough to run. It's just, you know, every once in a while it kind of wants to die out or not accelerate. Part of that could also be due to a carburetor adjustment. The heat works, which, you know, live in Florida, is really only gets cold like maybe 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. And, you know, it's nice to have. The AC, of course, doesn't, because this compressor is completely locked up and there's no refrigerant in the lines. But that might be an easy thing to fix, might not be. I'm not sure. Well, it depends on when it's leaking, which is probably leaking from the condenser and or the compressor itself. Since the compressor's locked up, who knows, might blew a seal or something like that and leaked it all out. But yeah, that's the wagon. I still have to do body work on it, or at least kind of patch it up a little bit. That'll come later on. I really gotta do the top of the roof though, because where these chrome strips are for the roof rack, you can see it's got the rust around it. Those gotta be patched up as soon as possible, because, you know, when it rains, the water wants to pool down that way. And these won't be as bad to do, but, you know, I want to keep the roof rack on there, but I gotta make it to where it doesn't leak water inside the car. And I think there might be some rust around the windshield underneath this trimming, because it drips down like right in the middle. And that's what happens when you buy a car that's 35 or 30, almost 40 years old. I want to get a new dash pad. Fortunately, unlike the Z, where it was kind of hard to find a pad, or hard to take the pad off without having to remove the entire dash, this is literally, well, this dash pad will literally just come off, no problem. There's a couple of screws that hold it in, and it'll lift right out. Yeah, when I'm doing that, I might as well do the speakers as well. This radio sucks. This radio sucks. This radio sucks, like I said, and it's what happens is I put an antenna in there. I didn't do a video on it because it wasn't really a little quick thing. It wasn't really worth recording. But it will find a station, no problem. But after using it for a little while, it will just fade away and just go to stack it. No matter what you do with the settings, you won't get nothing. I think the receiver that's going out, and the tape player don't work either. I bought one of those cassette to auxiliary adapters, and I plugged my phone into it, and it still doesn't play anything. So that radio is about past due. I'm gonna have to change that. I'm just not sure how I want to go about doing that. I would like to put a double DIN in here, but I think that's a little too small for a double DIN. So I might have to go a single DIN with you know, it has the Bluetooth and all that. And all four speakers could be replaced. Well, I don't have to be replaced. I know the back passenger speakers got to be replaced for sure. That's the one that sounds a little crunchy, but I'm gonna do all four. Might as well. Anyway, that's enough of the wagon. I already made a whole video about that. The truck needs 4 new tires. I want to get similar tires. I've noticed that the price on the Coopers went up a little bit. When I bought these tires, I bought them for like $380, but now they're like $410 for this size, which is a 225 70/15s. But the sister company of Cooper, or the child company of Cooper, probably Mastercraft, they got a similar tire for like $350 or something like that. Then there's another one, Millstream or something like that. They're even a little bit cheaper, about the same price. So these are the tires I want to go with. Mostly because of the white lettering. The BF Goodrich wrenches are slightly better, but they're also like $200 more for the set. So yeah. Biggest thing I want to change on the truck is the exhaust, because it's a little close to the ground, and I just got flex pipe in there, and I've already blown up the passenger side pipe twice on the two-step, and just general driving and the crackle tune. So that I really need to change that. I want to move the pipes from exiting out right here to the very back corner. And I want to do somewhat like a stock style down pipe / wide pipe setup, but I want the wider. I want 2.5 inch to go to like a 3-inch Y, or the 2.5 inch pipes going to an X pipe, then out to the back. But I want to make sure I find a Y pipe or an X pipe that has the old tube bung in it. That way I can run my Y band to it. And instead of the wideband only referencing one side of the engine, it will reference both sides, which will make tuning a little bit more easier and probably more consistent. Speaking of tuning, I need a hard drive for my laptop, because it died. So I can't really do a tune video yet, because I need to get that. The hard drive is only like, well, the SSD I want, it's 500 gig, and it's only like $50. But it's it's on the back burner right now. Hood scoop's still looking pretty good. Still bugs me that's slightly off to the right, but stuff happens. I have to modify this a little bit further, because this screw came undone on me, and I almost lost this hood scoop. But or the shaker, whatever you want to call it. So that'll be later on in the future. And one of the main reasons why another reason why I want to change the exhaust is I want to change the height of the truck. I want to drop it a little bit in the front and quite a bit in the rear. Maybe like an inch or two in the front, then like 3 or 4 inches in the rear. Kind of level it out. I do not intend on using this truck for truck purposes other than maybe hauling some light stuff in the bed, like tools or engines and stuff like that for this thing. And even then, this thing is going to be the main hauler because it actually has the trailer hitch. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I kind of want to build like a custom, like a homemade aero kit. Same thing with the rear spoiler thing, and I might do something on the sides. I'm not sure. But I want to change this door because this door's all messed up from the previous owner and I. The fenders. I'm not sure. I might change the fenders. I might keep them. But the main thing I want to do with the truck, on the inside at least, is get rid of all this old like charcoal gray and black stuff and do a nice tan interior with bucket seats, a custom center console, wood grain trim, a wood grain steering wheel, and probably aluminum door panels. Anyway, where's my keys? Do a cold start video with this clip with this. Make sure it's in neutral. The truck doesn't really like cold starts, especially with this tune that I have on it, because I haven't really been able to tune it for cold weather. Now, obviously, you can't now because the laptop's down for right now, so it might take a little bit for the start. Ooh. I might have to replace the starter too, because I think it might be going out. I want to put a lightweight flywheel on it too if I can find one, but I don't know if they make one for this. Oh yeah. So, exciting things to come for the future. Specifically with the wagon. The truck, I'm pretty much satisfied with how it is now. I just gotta do some minor adjustments to it. One video I'm definitely gonna make sure I make it's the rear suspension video, because that truck wheel hops so bad it will throw itself out of gear because it's bouncing so bad, and that's due to 27-year-old bushings and tired leaf springs and all that. Because I want to change the leaf springs. I want to put new shocks in it. See if I get the QA1s for it, because I know they sell a set. And I want to put slapper bars on the leaf springs that help control the action of the rear end when you hit the gas. And I want to put polyurethane bushings in there too, which will come with the leaf springs. If I have to use old leaf springs, it's not that big deal. Just change those bushings out, and that should fix that up right then and there, really. This, I'm not exactly sure how I want to go with it. I would love to go put a supercharger on it, but that's a supercharger for this car is like $3,000, and I need to get the bigger carburetor for it and all this other stuff. But one of the main things I would like to do is put a 350 or a 5.3 liter in here. I'm kind of leaning more towards the 350 because I know that's a direct swap for the 305, because it's practically the same engine. This 305 is a little bit smaller cylinders. 5.3 liter will bolt to the transmission, I know for sure, but I'm not sure the motor mounts are the same. And the swap kit for a 5.3 liter or any type of LS really is like $400, and the 350 I can get for $400, stock 350 block at least. If I do find a 350, I would like to find the Vortec 350, which would require me to use to wire in an electric fuel pump. But it has the better. It's the roller block. It has the better head design. I just got to change the intake, put bigger camshafts, and drill the rocker studs for the heads for the screw and rocker studs. That's one of the weird things that GM did back in the day. Instead of using screw and rocker studs like my truck uses, they're pressed in. And higher RPM, bigger camshafts, and stronger valve springs, they tend to pop out. So that is the thing. Unless I go with the setup unless I either build this existing motor, because you can make a 305 into a decent engine. Just don't expect it to be as good as a 350, 400, 327, big block, whatever. You can make a 305 into a good engine. So either build up this existing engine if the cylinder walls are in decent shape, they're not worn down to nothing, or take this engine up to a machine shop, have it bored out to something above a 350, because you can do that on the 305, because it is, like I said, it's the same block. And put all of the nice parts on this engine. But the thing about doing that, I don't know if this is a 2-bolt main or 4-bolt main. Now with the power target I want, which is about 360-ish maybe, 2-bolt main would be fine for that. And I don't want to rev this out to freaking 9,000 RPM either. But you know, if it's a 4-bolt main, it'd be more, it'd be better. More than likely, it's gonna be a 2-bolt main though. I'm actually pretty sure it's a 2-bolt main. But you know, if I could get a 350 that is already a full 4-bolt main, then that'd be better. I at least want a short block, you know, and then put my own heads, my own intake, you know, stuff like that on there. But anyway, this is a project for another day. That's a project for another day. Like I said, just keep up to date. You know, stay tuned, because like I said, tune-up video will probably be the next thing I want to do. So that'll be the spark plugs, wires, cap, rotor, PCV valve maybe, and the alternator belt, maybe the power steering belt as well, and oil change. And if I could swing it, probably the valve cover gaskets too, because I know they're leaking and they're easy to get to. So, yeah. Follow me on Twitter. My username will be in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me about some projects y'all have, because you know, I think it'll be kind of interesting to see what you guys are doing. And be safe, have fun, and don't forget to tip your waitress.